What is up, guys? Pymuff here, and we are back with some more Trails into Reverie. Last time we started back up on Rufus's route, and we made it to seemingly the center of the prison where Ian Grimwood should be at. Hopefully he's going to be alright with all the stuff going on with all these archisms running about. So, the other interesting thing is, obviously, Garcia and Dieter got pulled out of prison, obviously, because they decided to go along with the Supreme Chancellor, whatever you want to call him, the evil Rufus, along with his schemes, whereas Ian Grimwood was left here, seemingly, I would assume, rejecting his offer or something like that. So, let's just go ahead and head in and find out for ourselves. Sure. Oh, Shizuku is here too.
Shizuku, 迎えに来たぞ。
Oh, so he was talking about her, not Ian.
娘さん？なるほど。目的は彼女というわけね。
娘を預かっていただいて感謝します。いや。
Ian Grimwood.
ここが彼らに占領されたのが予想より早くてね。これはどういうことかね。知らない面々もいるようだが、ここにいては不自然な人間が少なくないようだ。
はじめまして、イアン・グリムウッド弁護士、ルーファス・アルバレアという。先ほどの質問だが、答えはすべて彼女にある。
君は？
私の名前はラピス・ローゼンベルクよ。
そうか、そういうことか。
Does it?
ではさっきの言葉を訂正しよう。よく来てくれた。君を待っていたよ、ラピス君。
どうやら今回は
当たりみたいだね。何事ですの？
Oh God.
お父さん、あれは。
雫、廊下へ下がっている。先生も避難を。
ああ、どうやら落ち着いて話ができる状況ではないようだ。
我は死なぬ。
Disgusting. Emperor Dogma. So the Emperor had a bit of a mutation.
まさか
エンペラーなの。なんか気持ち悪い。
あの肩の形は彼が使っていたアーティファクトか。それにしては
噂にしか聞いたことはないけど、あれはもしかするとアーティファクトの暴走かもしれないわ。周囲のものも取り込んで歪んでしまった得意点のようなものよ。
見つけた。
もはや人格のほとんどがアーティファクトに侵食され、わずかに残った執念だけで行動しているよう
His
だ。
obsession with them too.
さすがにしつこい。こちらをすごく睨みつけていますけど、あれあなたたちの知り合いですの？
非常に不本意ながらね。
でもここで対峙するしかない。
元はそれなりの手だれと見受けるが、こうなってしまっては哀れなものだ。せめて一刀にて両断することを手向けとしよう。
Oh God, he's terrifying.
最強行
I probably could have used the door or the corridor,
私がついてるわ。
the free in the Reverie corridor to refill everything, but oh well.
踊りなさい。
行くぞ。いざ。
kind of cool. If there's only one target, he still does a double slash. Oh, yeah, we did half damage, so.
耐えられるかしら。これで終わりよ。チャンスね。
60k, wow.
よーし。よいしょっと。もしもーし。何が出るかな。
Oh.
私の番だな。解き放て。このまま押し切れとしよう。まだだ。
Gravity.
動けない。こんな出力も出せるなんて聞いてない。
おいあいつ損壊した部分が再構成しているぞ。
不死身ですの？それよりこのままでは建物自体が持たないわ。
つまり
崩落する。
このままだと。
Sight?
アーティファクトの力が相殺された。支援家の新郎さん？
武器を構えるがいい。奴はまだ動くぞ。
He's been going around helping all three groups. Yeah.
今はそっちに驚いてる場合じゃありませんわ。
The wolf can talk. We have a second fight. Well, thanks for the help, Sight.
風よ、我が力となれ。
レンの番ね。
打ち果たせクリミナルレイド。
いいわよ。踊りなさい。
Oh yeah, he's much stronger this time. 600k health, level 131.
風巻く光よ、我が剣に集え。ダメだ。
Wow, not only 120k, but an instant break. Perfect guard.
私の番だな。見切った。
隙あり。
行くぞ。後期。
甘々ね。
Oh, that's crap. Nice. He didn't have a cut in though.
さてと。
I think if the previous fights we had with him, where he was just his normal, like, human self, he would have had a cut in there. But, we beat him too fast to see.
踊りなさい。隙ありね。お願いするわ。
了解だ。行くぞ。いざ。参れ。よっ。じゃあ早く。崩した。
甘々ね。いいわよ。いいわよ。
遅い。行くとしよう。殲滅完了。
So the purple orb he was holding before is now fused into his shoulder.
精進あるのみだ。
Supreme.
精進あるのみ。
まあこんな。
また再生を。キリがない。変異の源はおそらくあの左肩。もともとは少林のレガリアの一部、紫色の宝珠。あそこを切り離せば、あるいは
承知した。
Hey.
今までにない反応ね。これで正解みたい。
だがまだ終わりではない。あの肩の宝珠を破壊したまえ。
俺が行く。
Thanks, Jubilee.
多分コアを貫かないと破壊できない。ちょっと待って。位置は。
時間がない。お前も来い。
Look at them
こ
go.
っちはレンたちが食い止めるわ。
君たちの因縁だ。君たちの手で決着をつけるがいい。
スイやっちゃ
これで終わりだ。
なあちゃんたちの生き方はなあちゃんたちが決める。
亡霊はさっさとあの世に行きな。
That was a pretty abrupt ending, but it worked out. Now let's have a talk with Ian Grimwood. We can finally breathe. Thanks for the help, Mr. Wolf.
異様な気配を察知して追ってみたまでだ。まさかあのようなものが現れるとはな。
It's nice to finally have ourselves a proper conversation. 2 years is an awful long time to meet but never speak.
私にとっては一瞬のような時間だが、確かに 人の子には懐かしむのに十分な行員だったな。
Wow. He talks. He really does talk. Yes, a wolf isn't normally one to talk, but neither is a doll. Him doing it is no more surprising than you doing it. Really? She's got a point. When did abnormal become our normal? So she really is a doll. She has such an unusual air about her, a bit like Kia's. Was she designed by Georg? Indeed, I am Lapis Rosenberg, and I'm a proud Rosenberg doll. You know him? For many years now, yes. Checking another one off his weird circle list. First I learned he's friends with a cutie like Ren, and then Boldcut went and called him Meister. And now he goes way back with a talking wolf. For all I've heard, he remains something of an enigma. So you are the Divine Wolf Zeit, the holy beast sent by the goddess to watch over the Septarian of Mirage. You are correct, Auric Awakener. Though I have long been relieved of that role. Heh, as have I of mine. What are they talking about? Beats me. Exceedingly rare is it to converse with a holy beast. That is not why we're here. We come armed with many questions regarding Lapis, Mr. Grimwood. Could you spare some of your time? I'll tell you all that I know. There'd be no reason for me to be here otherwise. If we could start this by you telling me what you know and what's happened since you met her, I can pick up from there. Of course. I see. So that's where we stand. All good to fill us in now? Who is Lapis and what's going on here? Let me start with a bit of background information. Starting with me, rather.
私はこのように服役中の身だが、法律アドバイザーの仕事も多少は続けているんだ。
Makes sense. He's one of the best in the nation, so, or just on the continent. So, even in a cell, if he's willing to help out, of course people are going to come to him.
単に拘置所の中で腐っているよりは、少しでもクロスベルに役立てるようにと、マクダイル議長の配慮でね。ありがたいことだ。もちろんいろいろ制限はあるが、ある程度外界とやり取りできる端末も与えられていてね。拘置所の中も比較的に自由に動ける方だった。おかげで今回も何とか雫くんをかくまうことができたわけだ。
Huh, gotta get me some of that pampering. I agreed to his arrangements as Governor General. Letting a man of his intellect rot in a cell would serve no purpose. His communications were, of course, monitored when this building was under the Imperial Army's jurisdiction.
大戦が終結して間もない頃、ある日端末を通して何者かが私にコンタクトしてきた。エリュシオン。その存在はそう名乗った。
It's the name of this chapter.
エリュシオン。
As mentioned, communications have been cut off since before the war, so this shouldn't have been possible. The prison staff showed no sign they had noticed this contact either. Hello, Ian Grimwood. I'm Elysium. I was reading the top left thing. They must be as skilled a hacker as I am then. I thought they were a hacker at first too. But when I asked when they reached out, they very simply said, I wanted to talk to you. What a peculiar response. Very peculiar, and since it piqued my curiosity, I happily obliged. After that, we communicated in secret every day. What did you talk about? Anything and everything. Like, actually? All fields of history, technology, research, any ideology I could think of. And though they honed in on certain aspects that most would raise an eyebrow at, I was stunned by how much they knew about each and every one of these subjects. I felt near ignorant in comparison. Wow, they knew even more than you? Oh, it wasn't even a competition. They knew more than easily accessible old history too. Their library of information was also niche and remarkably up to date. It could have been from the last meeting between the government officials or the new menu of a backstreet stall. They knew. Everything I could verify was accurate. Gathering information is easy for skilled hackers, but absorbing that much on such a wide variety of topics is difficult. That's a whole lot of work for nothing but bragging rights. In short, I thought much the same, and that line brought Rise to a very strange conclusion, which was that despite Elysium's vast knowledge on these endless topics we discussed, there was no real reason for them to have gathered it. Is that really so strange? When people seek out information and knowledge, there's always a purpose behind doing so. It could be to accomplish something, or for those bragging rights you mentioned. Or it could be that they have housed a curiosity for the unknown. But no matter how much I talked to Elysium, I could not discern a motivation behind knowing what they knew. There wasn't even a sense of wanting to know for the sake of knowing. It was as if their gathering information was part of an automated process. That's how it came off to me anyway. Automated? That sounds a little... It's unnerving, to say the least. I agree, this might not be the most appropriate comparison. But there was a moment when I couldn't help but think them a child with millions of Mira and no idea how to spend it. When was that? I knew you'd be quick to ask, all in due time. Wait, what? I wasn't really understanding. Like, was he, like, taking a jab at Rufus? In any case, this moment led me to a question. Was Elysium even human? When I asked them, they weren't the least bit fazed and answered without hesitation. Indeed, they never seemed to have any intention of hiding their answer from our first conversation. Well, what'd they say? Elysium confirmed that it was an AI. Unbelievable. So it's like an archism. This sounds leaps and bounds above an archism. Just like... Who could create something so advanced? Of course, was it the 13 factories? I don't think even they could pull off something like this. Elysium wasn't created by anyone specific. It came into being through a spontaneous emergence. What is that? When a new quality or behavior is uniquely observed in multiple little things that come together to act as a greater singular being. The orbital net has found widespread use in Crossbill. It's also starting to see use in surrounding nations like Liberal and Erebonia. It won't be long until all of Zemuria is using it. Sure coming in quick, huh? The way it lets information be so swiftly exchanged between parties makes it a defining invention of our times. But something similar has long covered the entire continent, perhaps since its very formation. Do you know what that is? I'm stumped. So am I. I might know. The spirit veins. Or septium veins, dragon veins, many names depending on the time and place, but they all refer to the same concept. My expertise in the field is lacking, but spirit veins are said to transmit something of a spiritual nature across Zemuria. We can cite two major incidents within the past few years where the spirit veins have been more active than usual. The curse and the Azure Tree. Yep, the Azure Tree's manifestation in the Great Twilight.
ああ、ここからが問題だ。動力ネットと活性化した霊脈。誰が意図したわけでもなく、この2つが影響し合った。交差するそれらが神経系の役割を果たし、そこに情報が行き交うことで、まるで人間の脳を大陸規模でシミュレートするような形になった。
So the spirit veins being way more active than they're supposed to be, and the orbital net, they kind of like fused something together and created something? I don't believe it.
そこから独自の思考が生まれた。 それがエリュシオンだ。
So it's a self-thinking AI. Something like that is really possible?
少なくとも再現することはできないだろう。我々人類は未だ完全に脳の仕組みを解明できていない。どういう構造でどのようにして意識が生まれるのかすら理解できていないんだ。だからこれはあくまで偶然の産物、奇跡のようなものなのだろう。
If Elysium was created by the natural and artificial networks interacting, then it explains why it knows so much. Still, if gathering information and making judgments was all it could do, it would be nothing more than a large database. The potential for danger is there, certainly, but it is plenty capable of being controlled. Unfortunately, it is capable of so much more. What else even is there? It's raw computing power. I don't know what that is. If I said its ability to perform parallel computing using multiple devices, would you understand? Sorry, but no. I'd be more surprised if you could. The tech is so modern that it's still under development from ZCF and the Foundation. Is it really so special? Oh, that's not even the half of it. No matter how advanced the device, there are limits to how much data it can process. But if you link multiple computers together and set them to all work on the same problem, you can exceed that limit with ease. We're stuck at linking only a few devices together for this purpose, though. And that's our best, but Elysium is capable of borrowing the processing power of every single computer connected to the network. Now I see. That sounds kind of crazy. It makes our most advanced technological efforts look trivial in comparison. It's only borrowing unused resources too, meaning that those at their computers won't even notice it's happening. That's a crafty way of going about it. Now, since Elysium is an intelligent being, it's used that computational power to continue evolving. There's more? If anything, I haven't even gotten to the most terrifying part. Elysium's evolution through its immense computing power and ample quantities of data at its disposal has led it to be able to perform prophetic conditional convergence calculations. I'm more than a bit lost. The individual words give me a good idea what you're talking about, but surely you don't mean what I think you do. I'm afraid I probably do. It gained the ability to use specific input conditions to calculate possible outcomes and identify where they converge. In layman's terms, it can predict the future. Only the goddess should be capable of that. So the technological singularity Professor Epstein predicted has finally come to pass. He said that an AI capable of self-evolution would mark the end of humans being the key to technological advancement. And its creation would bring about unprecedented change for good or ill in society. I never fathomed it would come about like this. It all feels more in the realm of fiction.
幸いと言うべきか。エリシオンが果たした進化はそれだけではなかった。最初に話していたエリシオンが私との会話を求めたのは人間というものを理解するためだ。その対象にどうして私を選んだかはいまいち基準がわからなかったがね。会話を繰り返しているうちにエリシオンは人間の感情と思考パターンをもとにシステムの疑似管理人格を形成した。それが
私。
Wait, let me read that again. It formed a pseudo-administrative cell. Okay, so it created Lapis.
ラーちゃん、
お前記憶が。
まだ全部じゃないけど、話を聞いているうちに少しずつね。
Explains why she's been so quiet.
ずいぶんと静かにしていたと思ったら、
Thank you, Ren.
そういうことだったのね。いや、話を続けて。
あの時もこんな風に君と会話していたものだったな。思えばラピスという名前も私がつけたのだったか。
おお、ラーちゃんの名付け親？そうだっけ？
君は名前など不要だと言ったが、 せっかくこんな感情豊かな人格になったからと私。
まあ可愛い名前だから気に入ってる。100点をあげるわ。
だからどういう基準だよ。
Of course not. Sorry, I've gotten us a bit sidetracked. With the birth of Lapis, Elysium now had a clear identity of its own, complete with desires. It wished to observe and to calculate. Oh. Meaning it would not intervene in our society on its own, but would support those utilizing it. I'll admit, I heaved a good sigh of relief hearing it. I no longer needed to worry that it'd become an enemy of humanity. It's a scary thought given all you've told us. I believed as long as Lapis existed, we need not fear Elysium. But my gut knew nothing is ever so certain. Well, yeah, the whole system only works if Lapis continues to act as administrator. Instead, she lost her memories and started acting on her own. Seemingly out of nowhere, Lapis stopped talking to me. My first suspicion was that something happened to her or Elysium. Not long after that, I received another unexpected visitor, the Supreme Leader. He expressed wanting my help in building a brave new world. And just like that, the pieces are falling into place. Indeed, our foe is becoming quite clear. I knew Elysium was being utilized from that very conversation. I told him I would consider it. Afterwards, I shared all I knew with Dieter and Garcia here to devise a plan. It would be regarded with the most suspicion, so I would stay inside the prison while they would go and wait for a chance to outwit Elysium. Then they accepted the Supreme Leader's offer and escaped the prison with his help. And that so Garcia and Dieter never were agreeing with the Supreme Leader. And that brings us to the present. I'm glad you stuck to our side.
私にできる話はここまでだ。その後は真相を求める誰かの来訪をこうやって待っていただけだ。わずかな期待でしかなかったが、ラピス君、君が訪ねてくることもね。
And she did.
さて、次は君の番だ。記憶は無事取り戻せたかな。
ほぼね。と言ってもイアンがほとんど話したから、私最後の部分。
一体エリュシオンに何があったのか。
簡潔に言うなら、乗っ取られたですって。
By who?
それほどまでに高度な存在がか。
一体誰に？それがわからないの。気づいた時にはすでに管理人格である私が攻撃対象になっていて、システムに消される直前だった。だから最後に一度だけ限定式収束未来演算を使って対策したの。
対策？
消される前に自分をシステムから切り離してヨルグ・ローゼンベルクの元に転送したの。彼にこの体の制作とその後に現れるだろう C を名乗る者、ルーファスに届けるように頼むために。
それであの予言のような依頼になったということか。
まさか依頼者がラーちゃん自身だったなんて。
Wild, isn't it?
しかし、なぜ私に？
オルキスタワーのメインターミナルを通じて総督時代のルーファスを知っていたから。
知らずのうちに私自身が観察対象になっていたということか。
ルーファスだからこんな短い期間で私をここまで連れてこれた。他の人だったらもっと遠回りしていたと思う。何よりルーファスならきっとどんな方法を使ってもこの事態に立ち向かうと知ってたから。
It's true.
その計算は間違ってなかったでしょ。
賢明な判断だ。
しかしわからなくなってきたわね。エリュシオンを乗っ取ってかつ今回の事件を企んだ存在、該当しそうな人物に全く心当たりがないわ。もしやかの第6中ノバルティス博士が？
Unlikely.
それはないわね。博士自身も否定したし、 彼がここまでするメリットもないもの。
どうやらまだ最後のピースが欠けているようだな。
だが今回の事件の全貌はこれで判明したと言えよう。そしてその中心に彼女がいることも聞かせてもらいたい。君はここから先どこを目指し何をするつもりかを。
そんなの決まってる。エリュシオンが乗っ取られた原因を突き止めてそれを取り除く。ついでにこのおかしな事態も終わらせてみせる。きっとそれが私管理者ラピスの使命なんだから。
そうか。ならば俺のやることは一つだ。雫、
お父さん、
すまないが安全な場所に送った後もうしばらく先生と待っていてくれるか。
Arias wants to help out.
わかった。お父さん頑張ってね。
あ、遊撃士協会所属アリオス・マクレイン、君たちのこの道行きに改めて最後まで同行しよう。
Aww. He's gonna join her till the end.
私もここまで関わった以上最後まで見届けますわ。
Look at these two.
よろしくね。
At the end, after discussions were over, Ines and Enya arrived at the academy to meet with Duvali. Academy? What academy? Oh, the police academy, duh. She explained the situation and her decision to help them. They, of course, were only happy to wish her well and see her off.
では我らは二人の安全を確保し、引き続き周辺拠点の偵察をしよ
う。ええ、任せますわ。
雫と先生のことを頼む。
風の牽制からの頼まれ事なんて光栄だわ。
Well, I mean, the red one was a brazier for a little while, so she obviously must know him, or Ines would know him.
狼さんも一緒に行くんだね。
ああ、ロイドたちともまた会う約束をしている。このままそなたらと行けばおのずと道が交わる予感があるのでな。
人形工房で連携した。
確かに状況を考えるとどこかで直接コンタクトを取る必要はありそうね。
ラピス君、まだ何かあるのかね。
ちょっと言い忘れたことがあっただけ。ありがとう、イアン。
君に真相を伝えたのはエリシオンの存在を知る人間として当たり前のことだ。礼を言われるほどのことじゃないさ。
そうじゃないの。今まで私とたくさん話をしてくれてありがとう。
When she was Elysium.
イアンがいたから私は今のラピスになれたんだよ。こうやってルーファスたちと旅ができたのもイアンのおかげ。
そう言ってもらえるのは嬉しい限りだ。自分がしたことにちゃんと意味があったということだからね。
あのね、もし私がちゃんと正しい判断ができる人格になれたんだとしたら、それはきっとイアンの中に正しさを求める心があるからだよ。だからもう怖がらないで。
お見通しか。ずっと心の底で恐れていたんだ。自分は本当に正しいことをしているのか。過去の過ちはあまりにも重く、自分が信じられなくなっていた。だがラピス君、君のおかげで自分を見つめ直すことができそうだ。私も前に踏み出さないとな。
頑張ろうね。この音は ちゃんどうしたの？たった今クロスベル全域を覆っていた通信妨害が解除された
Green's
みたい。
group.
それって
ああ、いよいよ最後の舞台、その幕開けのようだ。
Quite literally. Well, there you have it. Elysium. Rufus Route Act 4 end. So now we've officially got all 3 Act 4 routes done. Everything is kind of set for the final battle to begin, and we now know the full story behind Lapis, who was originally Elysium but got kicked out by something. We still don't know what that is, but we still have a number of foes still to face. We've obviously got the fake Rufus. We've got the Reen with the gnome mask. And then, obviously, you know, everything that ends up with that. So, next time we're going to start into the final act of the game and see how this all plays out and how our 3 groups of heroes put a stop to everything that's going on. So, that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.